It's no joke when you choke, so get LifeVac and live. Without breath, there'll be death. So get LifeVac and live. Get LifeVac and live. Get LifeVac and live.
LifeVac and live.
Welcome back to In the Arena, the show where we step into conversations that matter, have a few laughs along the way, and always keep it real. I'm Rick, here with Arthur and Patrick, and we're proud to be sponsored by LifeVac, the revolutionary choking rescue device that's helping save lives around the world. Tonight, we've got a fantastic episode lined up with a very special guest, one of the funniest voices in comedy today, Tammy Pescatelli, comedian, storyteller, and absolute powerhouse on stage. Plus, we'll have an important update from Mark Blacknell of stareatthewall.org, bringing awareness and insight into the work they're doing. So buckle up, laughs, stories, and meaningful moments. It's all happening right here, right now, in the arena.
Hey,
gentlemen.
Way to go, Patch. This is pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Haven't been here in a while.
Right off the bat.
He hasn't. He's been hiding.
Welcome back, Arthur. We definitely miss you every week. It's not the same without you.
Oh, thanks.
But on top of last Friday night, we've got to take a couple of minutes and talk about the 5,000 Lives Saved celebration as it is represented behind you.
Look at that.
What an incredible night.
Yeah, I just got to chill just saying that. I'm so glad you guys were there. I had such Jimmy and Brian, my coach and my friend and my teammate, the kids, when they all poured on stage.
Joe
the
Piscopo,
officers,
Dr. Ben Carson.
Dr. Ben.
Amazing.
Ben Carson. And what a speech, his words, that when he forgot it, that moment where he's like, oh, where's my notes? And then I'm like, this could be better. And I bet it was, because he really just talked and I know some of the backstory, the first one to separate conjoined twins. No one would take that.
In the head.
Yeah.
Right.
But in essence, it's a LifeVac type moment where no one else wanted to do it. They said no. And he said, well, they're going to die.
Can't is a lie. He
Yeah.
said you can't do it.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, I think we can.
And he said, but he even boiled it down further to say, well, if we don't, they're going to die. So what's the risk? And that's kind of LifeVac, right? Use it. If it doesn't work, you're still going to die.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was an amazing night. The kids were great. Like, I don't know, dancing, watching them play.
And from an insider's perspective, how the family, the LifeVac family, pulled it off. Amazing. Shout outs to Donna Isley, Laura Benelli, so many others.
Roadshow Ryan.
I was going to
Green
say
velour was big
man.
that night.
that's
Green velour.
that
He had a
story.
green velour jacket on.
Yeah,
I wore that for my
crushed.
junior high picture.
Yeah,
Green
it did look like a
velour
junior
shirt.
prom suit, but that's neither here nor there. I would say that video that captured the story of LifeVac that this gentleman put together,
Yeah,
and zero editing experience.
I know.
So
It was amazing.
I
And
heard
Brian,
about that
Brian
day. You got
even
another
said-
job now.
Brian even said that video was great. And, he knows, like, he's not, everyone liked it, but that was pretty cool. Pat, what was your favorite part of the night?
The guest next to me didn't show up, so I had their steak. I
That
got
was
two
good.
meals. It
That
was
was good.
unbelievable. At
Two
the
meals.
fancy Pierre Hotel in New York City.
Is your
On Fifth
coaches
Avenue.
listening now to hear you ate two
Heather,
steaks?
it's a long story. We'll talk about that in another segment. But
yeah, had the trouble on the home front.
PhD diet. I haven't hit my limit. Haven't hit my goals.
So
Oh,
now there's a
no.
financial penalty. Is
Yes.
that correct?
Yes.
That's,
Wow.
they're hitting you with a tariff,
I will,
basically.
yes. I will.
All right, that's not
text me.
exactly what I was hoping to hear on your favorite part of the night.
No, I think Ben Carson. I think his speech probably
Yeah.
was my favorite part.
Yeah.
And then even when Joe Piscopo got up and started doing Sinatra, I was like, I didn't think it was going to kill the place, but the place went nuts.
Yeah.
The dance floor filled up.
Yeah.
Everyone was really into it. It was a
Yeah.
really, really special.
Well,
night.
I think in general, there was that aura. There was such a different than a party,
Good feeling.
It was like everyone was so genuine and upbeat and, full of heart,
Yeah.
How about you? Favorite part?
I really like, because I was trying to orchestrate some of the moments where
Yeah.
children that were saved would give a challenge coin from LifeVac, calling out people that are lifesavers, and they are. Ben
Yeah.
Carson, Brian Kilmeade, the police officers
Yeah.
from Austin, Dalton Schroeder, and the gentleman from Ontario, Ohio.
Those
Just
guys were amazing.
magical.
I got a
Did,
kick out of too that where I was sitting was a lot of the kids running around.
Right.
So it was you're just looking at them thinking like
I know.
they're not here if it's
That's
not for
all
this
the time.
thing.
That
All
you
those
caught
kids-
it on camera. Someone did, where I was talking to Carter and JD and who was the other kid? I can't remember. But there was three
JD
kids.
Well, there's
Carter.
over
Yeah, you said I
3,000
got
of them.
3 guys
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
Big hug.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that was like such a cool one because the other 2 boys just came running up, and in my head, I'm saying none of them would have been here.
Right.
And it's so deep.
And the families do not forget. And again, seeing Tim Weiss.
Yeah, that guy can't
daughter
tell
Ava.
the story. The toughest guy in the history. He's a Marine. And
I ran into him
fighting.
too in the lobby, and from Chicago, the
Yeah.
firefighter. Yeah, yep.
Did he
He's-
get all?
and he goes, I go, your story always stuck with me. I met him in a restaurant in Chicago 3 or
Right.
4 years ago,
Mhm.
and he choked up telling the story. And he goes, I still can't tell it without crying. And
It's
he goes, and I
amazing.
cried 2 or 3 times tonight.
Yeah.
And this is like a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
This is as tough
Yeah.
as they come.
Again, he's a firefighter.
Yep.
It's like Dalton when he told us, he didn't care about the bullets.
Right.
It's the kid that, that could pass in his arms that messes him up.
Yeah.
But man, it was a lot of magical moments.
Absolutely. I mean-
And the challenge coin thing was great. Like I've watched that. I love what Brian and he kept it down. She puts that was Maya.
Ava. I don't think it was Maya. I think it was Ava.
Ava.
Ava Weiss.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. That was
Amazing.
Ava Weiss. And she put it on his collar. And
I
you know how gracious he is. So that was a cool thing to see. My former teammate getting a pin from a life that was saved with LifeVac.
Yeah.
Right? Talk
Yep.
about
Pretty cool.
going from 13 years old. to
And
seeing
Tim
that.
Weiss may very well have been one of those people that credits Fox News, seeing
Yeah,
it, hearing
I think
about
he
it.
is. I do think he is.
Yeah.
Wow, that's even cooler.
Yeah.
I didn't,
Full circle.
The other thing,
It makes
you
an
know-
impact because you see that on Brian's face and
Yeah.
talking to him afterwards
Yeah.
really impacted.
Oh, he was
him.
one of the first guys that spread the word too. Did you know that Ava was the 3,000th life saved, right? Jeremiah was the 3,000 kids saved.
Wow.
So we're filming the commercial, and the mom goes, Maya. I said, Maya? He goes, yeah, it's a nickname for Jeremiah. So the 3,000th life saved was Maya, and the 3,000 child saved nickname is Maya.
Wow.
We got to get Maya Angelou to write a poem
Yeah.
about LifeVac. Full circle.
Full
Wow.
famous Mayas
That's
of all
right.
time.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Well, listen, we could talk so much more about
Yeah.
the 5,000 Live celebration, but our guest today is a comedian who's been in the game for decades, and I don't know if she wants to hear that, but is still absolutely crushing it. You've seen her on The Last Comic Standing, heard her on radio, watched her tear it up in clubs and theaters all over the country. Her comedy is smart, honest, and fearless, and she somehow makes you laugh about stuff you didn't even know you were allowed to laugh about. We'll talk more about that. Joining us remotely, we're thrilled to welcome Tammy Pescatelli. Tammy.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Congratulations. You told me you were going to invite me to the party and then you didn't. So I'm glad it went well, but you forgot me.
Oh,
I'm sure you were booked last weekend. We just figured you had a
I
big show.
think the
somewhere.
truth is that when we talked in the green room, it was my first week off. So yeah, I
God.
probably no, but I liked to be home. So that was very nice. We'll do the next commercial because when comics don't do well on stage, they consider it choking, and we'll find a way to write something funny.
Very nice.
5,000 is right
We'll
around.
try
I
and
mean,
prevent that.
10,000 is right
At
around. the corner.
10,000,
We'll
I'll
roll
host
now.
it.
We'll
Joe and I
roll.
will host it at 10,000.
Now we're
Absolutely.
talking.
Is
That
that
would
you
be
think is
cool.
the next? I think later. I don't want to steal Ray Preebe's thunder, but he has a bold prediction for us. The date he's going to go on record when 10,000 lives will
Really?
be saved.
Well, you know
He's
what?
gonna-
Like today,
I want
think-
in on that pool.
Yeah, you're good with the numbers. Yesterday, we had like our biggest global day. I think we had like 5 countries in one day.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's where the
Yeah,
change
that's
in the
cool.
world part comes in. But I think I would love that idea. I've heard Joe at the 10,000 because that would just be amazing. Because you were so gracious. We were in the green room and
At
you
One
talked
Nation,
about
Fox News
at
Channel.
One Nation about how you have a fear of choking.
Well, it's real because I have a friend who had a sister that was eating popcorn by herself and choked and died. And I've heard that, and it's always stuck with me. And I'm on the road all by myself
Oh.
in hotels and everywhere. So it's been in my suitcase ever since I saw you that day.
Oh,
See, I love that.
we were
That
able
was
to
cool.
give her one. You came into
Well,
that
there's a
green
peace of
room.
mind too. Like
Yes.
it takes a little bit off your psyche if you know there is something, especially if you're alone.
Yeah, we had that
Yeah.
Venezuelan cyclist right in Las Vegas who died alone, in her hotel
Yeah.
room.
Yeah.
Just unfortunate. It happens not just to frail, infirm people, but Olympic cyclist wasn't able to
Clear airway.
clear airway.
Yep.
And now comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
But
get some
boom.
comedy.
I was like, oh my
Tammy,
God.
how did it
There's some
start?
levity to these choking
Yeah, let's go.
stories.
Let's talk comedy.
That's a tricky transition.
How did it start for you in this?
I grew up in an Italian family that's extremely sarcastic, and I mean, we laugh at funerals that obviously people we know, not just random funerals. And comedy is the currency. That's what it was. It's literally an immigrant thing, because that's we talked about. I think even in the green room, I think it was just part of the fiber of my family, and I realized that when I could make people laugh, I could get the things I needed done out of the family. If they were in a good mood, I could get permission to go to that party. So, and then with sarcasm, I grew up with all boys. We used to compete physically, and then they got stronger and faster than me. It's just genetics, but they could never outrun my mouth. So that's it,
Were you the funniest in the house? Because I remember hearing like Bill Murray, for instance, saying that he grew up in a very funny household.
Well,
He didn't think he was the funniest. Pat,
Yeah.
also.
Yes, I think so. Some of my brothers are probably funnier than me, but they didn't do comedy.
Yeah.
But I have the same. I'm the youngest of 6, where if I wanted any attention at all before getting beat up, I had to talk my way out of it with humor, and that's how
Yeah.
people started. That's how I started getting attention. So that's why I started.
I would have to
I
think those
wasn't the
people are funny.
funniest in our house, but in our family, I mean, I was the funniest in our house, but in our family was always my grandfather. He was really the funniest, and he just said some crazy stuff. He wouldn't say a lot, but then when he said something, you listened, and it was usually sarcastic and funny and just really spot on. But it was, this loud Italian family where I said I wanted to be a comic, and they almost went crazy because I had just graduated from college. I was starting my master's. And when I said, I think I'm going to take some time off and become a comedian, and you would have thought I said, I'm going to go be a criminal. They would have rathered me be a criminal because there would have been a finite amount of time.
Now, when you made that, what made you make that decision? Like, do you get a certain joy out of making people laugh? Does that like feel good? Like, what? I don't think of that as a career path.
Right.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. I used to love stand-up, but when I first became enamored with it, I was a young girl, and there weren't women that I could watch. So it wasn't that I just didn't think women did it. It's weird. I know everybody goes, yes, there was Joan Rivers. Yes, there was Roseanne. But you remember, I'm a 13-year-old girl, so I'm not paying attention to that. I'm watching Arsenio. I'm watching The Tonight Show, and I'm only seeing men.
Yeah.
So I was able to get a job at a comedy club while I was in college, just to see shows and get some extra cash. And a woman came through, and I went home with a big mouth and said to my brothers, I'm as funny as this lady, and they bet me. And then for $50, and then I just fell in love with it. I loved that you were able to. Now, granted, there was probably some kind of need that I needed attention that needed to be satiated to get on stage. That's long gone. Now it's about taking an hour out of people's lives and making them forget their problems.
Yeah, that's cool. What was it like first time on stage?
That it was fine because I didn't know what I didn't know. That's the thing. You're fearless. I was 23. I just thought I have nothing to lose. Let's give it a shot. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. It's the later ones. In the beginning, it's all fun because there's nothing on the line. It's as more and more things in your life become predicated on your performance. I now, like 2 weeks ago, I had a huge issue I had a sold out show, but these people wouldn't be quiet, and they were grown-ups and they weren't drunk, and they just went, and I have to bounce them out of the club or out of the theater because people are paying to see me, and my mortgage is predicated on your night. If I don't have a good show, you don't come back to see me.
Is that the hardest part? The interruptions or the rude guest?
Well, no, I'm actually really good at hecklers. I told you I grew up with all boys.
Yeah,
I
no,
heckled my whole life.
I
When
like-
I started, think about when I started in comedy. in 1992, there were probably 20 women in all of comedy. I got heckled every night. Now they call it sexual harassment. I called it work. I had no idea. I was able to handle all that. My hardest thing now is the travel. Travel has gotten so messed up, and the airlines do not care. If I were to give someone a ride to work, if I were to pull in the driveway and pick them up and then let them get in my car and then stay in my driveway for 2 hours while we're getting ready to go for the commute, I think people would stop riding with me.
Hey, listen, we're talking to Tammy Pescatelli. Of course, we're going to be back after this quick break. I hope you can stick around.
Of course.
We'll be back with more after this.
Boo, 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 boo.
Thanks.
Protect your family. Buy LifeVac now.
Thank you, Daddy.
That was us over 10 years ago.
Now LifeVac is responsible for saving over 4,000 lives from choking.
In the time it takes you to pick up the phone and call, another life could be saved.
The LifeVac saved my life in 1 to 2 seconds.
Protecting families has always been our mission. I'm sure you love your family like I love my daughter. Do us all a favor and get your own LifeVac now.
Go to lifevac.net or call 877-LifeVac. Order now.
Welcome back in the arena. My name is Rick Fatscher. I'm joined, of course, by Arthur Lee, CEO, inventor of LifeVac, Pat O'Rourke, and we've been talking with Tammy Pescatelli.
You have all these great questions for her, man.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And you know what? We spoke earlier through text, and Tammy said something that I warmed my heart. Let's just have a conversation. We have plenty to talk about. Pat's a comedian. We enjoy comics. Yeah. We're certainly not
well, I admire
at this level.
Comedy is courage.
Absolutely.
I think, right? You'd say a joke, it falls flat, or people get offended. You're like, oops.
Well, I've been canceled. I've lost everything before.
Have you been canceled?
For telling the truth when someone was lifting a bunch of my jokes. So I've had that before. I think that if people get offended over jokes, they have other problems in their life, then they need more than comedy. They need like therapy or sorcery. So I don't really care what people think. I don't go out of my way to offend them. But that's the thing I'm talking, like I've been telling the joke for a long time. It's a silly little joke. Pat, you'll get it. Like it's a silly joke. I did it like my first, probably my third Tonight Show. I said, my husband and I, we're not intellectual equals. I have a master's degree. He's got a GED, not just 1, 2, because he sent away for an extra copy. He's like a double major, right? Funny little joke. It killed back in the day. Now they put it up on social media.
That you're shaming.
I tell you all the comments about how mean is she? She's making fun. She's punching down. She did it. You shouldn't be watching comedy. For decades, take my wife, please. Like, like, you know what I mean? Their comedy isn't for everybody, and I don't care about appealing to the masses. I want those who get it to get it and love it, and those who don't. And that's what seems to keep me going in between movies, in between TV shows. That it's the audiences that keep me going. Not even social media, because nowadays there are social media stars who only have 7 minutes of material.
Yeah. Well, I saw.
Sorry.
No. I was just going to say I saw some earlier work from you where you picked the perfect target, Amish porn. It was very safe because what's the chances that they're even going to hear it? Yeah. Or it was a joke about an Amish person, doing a dick pic.
Oh, okay. I was going to say. Well, okay,
and you said,
that's what
calm down, people. They're not here and they're not going to hear it.
Yeah, if you're going to say, because I'm a very clean comic, so you got to put it in the context. If you just put it like that there's a reason why it's there. That's hard. Like
but it is an idea.
Why I don't talk about kind of stuff like that.
Interesting. That's what Rick found to be talked about.
But it was a safe target, right?
Yes.
Well, no, I'm always fascinated. Every special I've done, 5 for 5, I talk about the Amish because I think it's not only you're right, they don't hear, and that was always been my joke and my go-to, but the fact of the matter is they are the cause of a lot of the problems. I live in Pennsylvania and no one wants the problems or maybe the solutions. I don't know. But when the whole world was going crazy about like, who's getting vaccinated and who should be fired because they didn't get vaccinated in time for work. I was standing at a Walmart behind 17 Amish people who hadn't been vaccinated for smallpox or polio. So I think we forgot about them in the whole social structure. They participate in 22 states. If you think about even the past election, over 220,000 Amish people voted in the last. Did you know that there were 220,000
No,
Amish
no,
people?
no.
Right, they're living under the
220.
radar
They
like
say
this.
themselves. Yeah.
We
Yeah,
just
the
don't know
government
about them because they
for
don't
that.
have Amish daycares that the government are funding.
It's a lot of horse and
buggies.
buggies,
With a
too.
guy named Ray the Amish comic.
No, but I've heard about him,
Yeah.
and they were trying to get me to do something with him because I'm fascinated by them. They just get away with everything. If they commit a crime, the cops have to take them back. It's this ultimate sovereignty that they have in the middle of the country that's so bizarre to me.
His whole story is he left the Amish community, but he goes on stage in the full garb and has the beard with no mustache, and his whole act is based on the Amish
Is he
community.
funny?
Yeah.
Really funny guy, a really good guy. Smokes
Have
and
you
drinks.
two ever met?
I
or,
think
done
we did.
show, or-
I think I'm not on her level, but I at Caroline's
No.
a bunch of times. Greg Charles back in the 10, 12 years ago. I used to do when they had 5 or 6 different comics. I think I did a set with you one time.
Probably have. I mean, I'm not a New York comic, which it always is.
Right, it would be
people are
like
always
this-
shocked.
Couple
But,
times I know
yeah.
you've been in.
I was more on the road for years and years and all the little like traveling across America and then LA. And then in the past couple of years, I've really been, in and out of New York. But yeah, Caroline's, we love that place. There's
Yeah,
another
amazing.
thing gone by the wayside,
Yeah, too
know.
bad. That was a good club.
Yeah.
It was. Yep.
You mentioned the toughest thing being on the road. Quick look at your website, pescatelli.com, right?
Yeah,
We have a few, snapshots. You're out there
always.
all across the
But
country.
that's how we eat. You know what I mean? That's what always cracks me up when people try to interrupt a comic. And you guys, you could speak to this as well. Like, I have an act to give people. I don't need anybody's help from the
Exactly.
audience.
They think they're helping you. Yes.
Yeah, you're not showing up when it's time for me to pay my mortgage. I got a kid that I got to put in college. None of this. If you just sit back, it's the only place except on a plane that you don't have to do anything. Just sit back and relax. I'll take you there. I'll pick you up and I'll take you to the end. And hopefully in the middle, you'll have a good time.
It's my favorite night to go out. It's the only thing I want to do.
Mm.
Like, is go see a comic, because you think about it, you get to hang out and laugh, right? I mean, you're not watching a movie and it stinks and you got to watch the whole thing and you laugh. Who doesn't want to go out and spend a night laughing?
Well,
I
and
don't-
that really, like I said, when I was a kid, it was a currency, and it used to be. Now I'll tell you, since 2020, we all went to bed and came out, and then there's all these influencers now who have taken over comedy, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just they really have. Like and I don't say this in a braggy way, but let me tell. I won an Emmy. I have had 5 comedy specials. I've done 7 Tonight shows. I've had my own TV show. I've done a ton of stuff, and none of it matters to Hollywood and the powers that be, because I don't have a lot of social media followers. It's just the weirdest time right now. It's video killed the radio star,
When you started, what would just pack up your car and start driving all these little clubs all over the country?
Yeah, I was really lucky to start.
Joe talks about
Joe Piscopo.
Yeah, he talks about when he used to go early in the morning and stand in line with Jerry Seinfeld and who's the guy that wrote Seinfeld?
Larry David.
Larry David and him and some of the guys that made it, were there early and fought their way through. And
Yeah. My story is a little bit different than his, because what I did is I became a house MC in Cleveland, where I'm from, at the Cleveland Improv. That gentleman at the time owned 12 improvs and like 24 Funny Bones. So immediately when I quit, and I did morning radio in the morning, and then I'd go be a house MC at night. When I quit the radio, I went on the road and I had weeks and weeks of work as an MC. Now, granted, I mean, I think I made, I don't want to brag, but like $7,000 that first year.
Wow.
I'm not trying to.
You didn't
you
blow
know,
it all, did you?
there are people that find
They're
more
throwing around
than-
$20 bills like it's
Yeah.
nothing. you know?
Right? Like, yeah.
That's
Right.
mean
I
money,
mean,
yeah.
I'm not trying to brag how rich I was when I hear these kids talk about how they can't afford, they can't buy a house. Not only did I only make $7,000, but I didn't have hair extensions or teeth whitening. You know what I mean? We were just natural looking. So, I mean, I worked my way up. And I think that's, for me, I was on the road, all these little places, and I stayed centrally located there in the Midwest in Cleveland and just kept going from club to club, place to place until someone found me and put me in this festival and that festival. And then my very first television appearance was a Tonight Show.
Did you have a big break moment?
Well, the Tonight Show. I mean, that was my very, very first my big, I guess the big thing is the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival found me, let me do what they call New Faces. Now it's completely different because the kids go in represented, but I didn't have an agent or a manager. And by the time I left the festival, I had all those things. And I was actually waiting, no disrespect to the Tonight Show, but I was actually supposed to do Letterman, and then he had his heart attack. So I was so excited to get on TV. And at the time they wanted to break someone who had never been on television. I did the Tonight Show. So that was I think that's what solidified me with my family, because they could see it. Yeah.
You're
Tell
on
us,
TV.
can I ask? Tell us about that. Your first Tonight Show. You're backstage. You coming out. What was your feelings? Like, this had been you had a long time.
10 years. It was 10 years before I did. And remember, first time on television. But there weren't a lot of places to do it back then for newbies. So I was very scared. I'll be really, I was ready, and then I wasn't. Like, I was so ready. I was hype and ready. And then standing backstage right before it was my time, I started to get nervous. And they were showing a commercial. This is 2003. Friends was ending. And I remember looking at that and thinking, no one knew who they were before that. And there are only 200 people in the studio. I put my 10,000 hours in. I know how to make these people laugh. And then once I got that in my head, I walked on stage, and it's one of the best, most surreal, best times of my life, because I did my set. I got a bunch of applause breaks, but I did even longer on the couch with Jay. Yeah. I'll tell you,
Jay Leno.
Yeah. A cute little story about that. That Tonight Show was with Tobey Maguire. He was there advertising the horse movie where he was Seabiscuit.
Well done.
And but yeah, well, thanks. We all can put it together, right?
How many horse movies are there?
It takes all these. Anyway, years go by, and my cousin has 2 twin boys, and they're about 6 years old. My son's at 2 years old, and they're all going crazy. And at the time, the new Spider-Mans hadn't come out, and they were all going nuts, and they're driving me insane. And finally, I just went, if you guys don't stop it, I'm going to tell Spider-Man.
Nice.
And they said, you don't know Spider-Man. And I'm like, oh, really? And I put the tape in, and I go, who am I sitting next to right now? Peter Parker.
Wow.
Gave me a lot of cachet.
Nice.
Yep.
What was
really
was Leno nice?
Always, always. To this day, nice, sweetheart.
Yeah,
Checks
he
in
seems
on
like
me
such a
during the
nice guy.
pandemic. I had a special that came out on March 18th of the pandemic, so it just tanked. And but Jay was nice enough to call me and tell me how good it was, and I was so depressed. And he said, as soon as things open up, I'll fly you out to do the car show. And he did. He's true to his word. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he seems like it, doesn't he?
What
He
was
is. Yep.
yeah? What was
It's
your
nice to
take
hear
on that
the
late
good
night?
guys are good guys.
Yeah, what was your take on that late night show about the behind the scenes feud between Letterman and Jay Leno?
Well, I was fascinated with it. I mean, comedy. Listen, now there are everywhere you go, the mailman says to me that he's got a 7-minute monologue set. Like, but back then there weren't a lot of comics. If I tell you there were 20 women, that's way more than during that time, because that was and then if there were maybe 100 guys in it at the time, you know what I mean? There weren't a lot of us. So the competitiveness was always really tight, and you had to be good. Look at the level of comics back then.
Yeah.
Now you can watch someone for 36 minutes and go,
Do you think comedy's coming back?
I
But
think
I
for
think
some
it's
people
safe.
it's coming back.
Yeah.
I think for the older generations, it definitely is because we have time and energy and want to laugh and we need
Yeah.
an alternative. I think for the millennial generation, not this is just generic
I
in
got
bulk.
Not
Okay.
everybody.
There is exceptions to every rule because there's a lot of older generation that are idiots too. But I think millennials have been too taught to be too sensitive to laugh because they're afraid who might it offend. And then I think the young generation that's coming up, whatever that Gen Z is, they're back. They're yeah, they're good. They got
Why do
it.
you think that comedy is such a necessity? What the heck did
Necessity.
I just
Well,
say?
that was neat. I thought you were gonna. I thought we went into the Spanish channel. So
No, but it's such a
needed.
It's needed in the sense that it takes the edge off everything, right? The comedy is designed to kind of equal everything, right? You make fun of everyone and
everybody
everything
and
is
yourself.
flat.
It takes the pomposity out of people. It makes people like you. Your guards down. I mean, we have shared experiences. I talked for a while this last special about the pandemic because it was people go, why talk about it? It was over. It was 5 years ago. Why? I'm not talking about it in 10 years.
Still
But
talking about it.
the fact is that it's the only thing that everybody in this world has as a shared experience.
Wow, that's a
Why?
really good point.
And why did we, as a people who had a commonality, become so divided afterwards? We should be closer.
Yeah.
It doesn't even make sense. It's because everybody stayed home and watched their things on their phone, and it spoke to them in whatever language that they wanted to hear, meaning political language. You know,
But I think that comedy can get rid of that cancel culture, right? Like you got to be able to laugh, and we can
You would
all
think, but
right.
it hasn't worked that way.
Did you ever get?
yeah, no. Yeah, I mean,
My act is a lot different than, I mean, she can say the same thing. You look at old tapes you had from 15, 20 years ago, and half the stuff I did, I probably couldn't do now.
correct.
You'd get torn apart.
Really?
Yeah,
Still.
definitely. But I still go out and do it anyway. That's why I'm doing basics on weekends.
Whatever degree it is,
Yeah.
when I was a kid, I used to pretend to be deaf in the grocery store. I have a great bit about it. Funny enough that my very good friend who we didn't, there's always parallel thinking to whatever degree. Greg Warren had one. He said it's a different word, but now if I did it, they'd kill me. They'd string me up after the show and divide me. But the problem is that there's some things that sure, okay, it's unnecessary to do. We don't have to do that. But we also grew up with Archie Bunker and George Jefferson, and somehow we were laughing. I don't understand,
I think of our motorcycle trips. I mean, 90% of the time we're making fun of each other as
Yes.
brutally as
It's
we
just
can.
what we do.
And it's
The
hysterical.
cartoons, oddly enough, get away with a tremendous amount.
South Park.
Family Guy, South Park.
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs
yeah.
Bunny.
Cirrhosis of the liver and all this.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, Bugs,
Bugs Bunny smoked.
What was Pepe Le
it's
Pew? That little rapist raccoon.
Right?
A raccoon. He was a skunk.
But we were all
I
5
think
years old laughing at it. We were like, oh, this is funny.
Yeah. I also think that one of the other problems is that now everybody thinks their opinion counts.
Right.
And they're under the guise that I care and I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your
a
only
lot of
job
that.
in this again is to laugh or not. That's it.
Yeah, Tammy, in the minute we have left, I was wondering about how your family, I mean, certainly your act has changed from being a single woman out there on your own to, bringing the family into your act, into your life, obviously.
You married a comic, didn't you?
I did marry a comic. I don't really talk about, even though I don't talk about my son because he didn't sign up for it. And my act was always, I was always afraid that my father was going to walk in at any point. So I didn't want him to be embarrassed. I think what's happened now is where all I had before was comedy. Now, and now my priorities for me, it's everybody's got their own, but it's God and family and then comedy. So my work comes third. And once that happened, the pressure came off of me and then everything just started to flow because it made sense and the pressure was gone. It was no longer an act. It's really, I'm just narrating my life. People say to me, where to get your material? I'm like, I wake up. That's it.
Yep. Well, Ben Carson is a deep religious man. He's funny too, though. Like
I know.
everybody's allowed
That's
to
why I
be-
wanted
look
to
at-
come to your thing.
Look at the rap.
Ooh, again with the invite.
I gotta find God. Everyone seems so
Get
relaxed
your
and finds
comedy
God.
better.
I've been looking for him for a long time.
Under your
Well,
bed.
he's around. You got to find him. He's got
Yeah.
a good sense of humor, too. I'll tell you
That's
that.
my point.
Yes.
It's
Exactly.
awesome.
Well,
Yeah,
Tammy,
I mean,
we
everybody's
appreciate it.
got their own thing. Hey, I have a new special that's coming out. When
Yeah,
it,
let's
when
talk
it
about
comes out, I'll call you. I don't have the deets to plug you, but because it's called, get this, see if you
That's
guys
what
like
she said.
this. Mrs. Saturday Night.
I love
I
it.
love
Remember
it.
Billy Crystal?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
can't wait. And are you doing Naples anytime soon?
I just did them. We just sold everything out, but yeah.
Hey,
All right. Well, let's.
Been
Tammy
down there.
Pescatelli, everybody.
Thank you. You've
We'll
been
hope to see
amazing.
you. Yeah,
That
we
was
hope to
such a
see you
great
soon
interview.
in the arena again.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, when you
I
know
adore
about
you
the
guys.
special, come on, we'll talk about it again.
Perfect. I hope to
That
work
was
with you.
fun.
Too.
That's a one funny woman. And we'll be back with more
She's cool,
in the
too.
arena. Mark Blacknell's coming up after this.
She started to choke on a piece of candy.
She wasn't breathing.
Then Ray reached for the LifeVac and it saved her.
She could have easily died that day. A LifeVac saved her life. What I would say is don't need a LifeVac and not have it. Have a LifeVac and hopefully never need it.
Recently, the American Red Cross has added anti-choking devices as an option when standard protocol fails or is not feasible.
Go to lifevac.net or call 877-543-3822.
Hey, welcome back in the arena. Rick, along with Art, along with Pat, having a great time talking with Tammy
How
Pescatelli.
cool is that?
Really neat.
I think she's to get to talk to a star in that kind of relaxed environment.
And
Who's booking
it's
these
amazing
guests?
how real
Ryan,
funny.
You're getting better
Yeah.
and better, buddy. Good
Roadshow,
job.
baby.
Now we expect more every week. The bar has been raised.
Can you get Sylvester Stallone on? I want to ask him about my book in the Rock.
Sorry, can't is a lie.
Is a lie.
Yeah.
How about
I wanna
Ed
see
Felch?
it
How's the book
shows-
doing, by the way?
Well, at one point we cracked the top 100 in on Amazon.
Hey, no.
Yeah, so that was cool. We'll see. But you know what? The reason I kind of want to keep pushing it when I started was if people liked it, I would push it. I would go. People love it.
Mm.
And
we
I like
get a
the new
lot
cover.
out of it,
Yeah,
right?
new
The
cover.
squirrel.
The squirrel.
But-
Don't be a flat squirrel.
So I'm very excited. That
Hey,
was
folks,
a
if you're
cool
if you're
moment.
listening and you haven't gotten it yet, sorry, can't is a lie. Go to lifevac.net. While you're there, why don't you pick up a LifeVac or
Yeah.
two?
Won't
Makes
hurt.
a great gift.
Pick up a life back first.
And sorry,
swag
can't is a
too.
lie. Hey,
Yeah.
code MITA.
That
We
is
should stress
nice.
that. Code MITA, 15%
Fabulous.
off. That's been verified. So get yourself protected and get the book. Sorry, can't is a lie.
And this hat's one of a
And
kind.
now, Arthur, someone that you
That's
missed
Yes.
while you
I'm
were
very
traveling.
excited for this.
Mark Blacknell has changed my life. The last 2 weeks,
Get
I've
outta
been
here.
staring at the wall.
You didn't stop at day 9?
I did not. I forged right through day
I
9.
got to find out what this is
Mark
about.
Blacknell, come on into the arena. There he
Art-
is.
Arthur, you were away, and look what happened.
I
You know,
know.
everybody's talk about
Hey.
comedy. This
Yeah.
guy's staring at the wall over here.
Funny too.
Curious about that. So why are we staring at walls?
Most of my comedy is people
Refresh.
just staring at walls.
Yeah.
Very
Same
silent
noise.
rooms.
Refresh.
Well, it depends on the person why you're staring at the wall, but essentially, it's kind of like a basketball player. You know, they start young and they shoot foul shots, and they keep shooting it and shooting foul shots, and then one day they're in the pros. Well, this position that I showed you folks last time I was on is just a position of balance. So it's a balanced position. Yeah, let's see. I can.
How do I look?
Shoulders
Look-
back.
You're looking pretty good. Looking pretty good.
Yeah.
And this is to get energy.
I'm
from
not a
thumb to thumb.
slacker. I was doing the work.
There you go.
Baby
so
step.
we were talking about, a balanced checkbook, work-life balance,
Diet.
a balanced diet. So this is just the practice of balance. That's all it is. And if you do it consistently over and over again every day, it starts to rub off on your life, and your whole life starts to become balanced. It's really amazing.
Now, have you been doing this seriously?
Yes. And I felt very proud to have accomplished something that I can't believe other people couldn't do 2 weeks straight, 14 days of 5 minutes staring at the wall in this posture. Is that true? You really hadn't had anyone? I'm the first.
if you did it from the day I taught you on the show, you did it, right?
That was my second day in practice.
Yeah,
so
you started before you even talked to me. So
Right.
yes, you're officially the first person to do it.
No way. Really?
Hey, Bobby, how about a round of applause for that?
Yay, Fatscher. So wait, what?
And Donna wanted to know what you have time to stare at the wall 5 minutes? She got
Yeah,
a line.
everyone can make 5 minutes. It sounds like a very good idea.
I do it
know
while
much
driving.
about it.
So
No, I do too. That's a good point.
what's next?
Wait, I want to know more. So
Yeah.
how do you feel after doing it? Like,
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. What were your observations?
So sometimes I would change the focus of where on the wall, and I did a lot of introspection, just very aware of where my mind was. If it was peripheral, if there was a noise, happening, taking my attention away. Certainly, the clock was in my head a little bit. So sometimes I would count just in my head, and I think the observation is that it felt real. I just felt like I accomplished something.
do you feel more what's the last?
It's hard to tell. There's so many other
Calmer
things
or-
going on, and
no.
so many other things. But I do feel like that time was a discipline to do it. Really didn't feel like it was a hard task. Right? Ryan was there for a lot of
Did you
a lot
try
of the
it?
days. Yeah,
Chicken.
I didn't.
I'm
either,
just
but I-
excited
okay.
for the next chapter.
That's
Well,
right.
yeah. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Give it to me both.
We're gonna have to get both on this show. That's what it's about.
Well, if you think of it in terms of a professional basketball player, you're about 5 years old and you got on their first team,
Right.
Catholic League or something, your first
You know how to
team.
dribble.
PBC.
Yeah, you learn the basics. Okay, so you got a long way to go. But based on what I heard some good things about what you said, that you were aware of the time and you were adjusting your eyes. That's good. The fact that you feel like you accomplished something on your own. I mean, you had to have some voices saying to yourself, what is the point of this? But you overcame it.
That I didn't think about.
Because that's often the thing. People stop doing it because they start doubting, like, what's the point of this? Or where is it leading? So that's amazing that you just did it.
I trusted you.
Well, that's amazing too. Talk about comedy.
There's some of these stories.
I heard
very
This guy
so.
walking down the
amazing.
street, he joined the army because he saw a guy.
Marines, hey.
Marines, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
And he
Everybody's
may or may or
Your
may
He was running,
dad-
he was
my
running
dad
numbers for a
told me
bookie
all
and said,
about
"All
it.
right, I'm joining the Marine."
All right.
Well,
what's the bad news?
Here's the prescription. I would say, Rick, based on what I heard, I would bump it up to 15 minutes for 2
Oh, my
weeks right
God.
now.
He's already like advanced.
If he would have been,
Way to
listen,
go.
if he would have been arrogant about it, he wasn't arrogant. If he would have been arrogant, I would have went straight up to 30 or 40 minutes. But because you were humble and just your posture was good when you were actually talking about it, 15, I think, would do you good for 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting watching. what
Wow, I
Yeah.
know.
changed.
And how about
think
the
you could do
grounding
this?
of your feet? Is that important?
Well, I do need to see your actual posture better, but we can do that offline. We
Yeah,
can do that privately.
yeah. We
Wait,
don't want to bore the audience.
So,
with
all right, are you on your knees or are you sitting in a chair?
Not on my knees, sitting in a chair just like this.
Yeah, thumbs
Are
together.
you going to be able to do 15 minutes staring at a wall for 2
Yeah, I'll
weeks?
do it as soon as I wake up.
He can do it. And that's the best time to
I'm
do
so
it.
excited.
I would fall back to sleep.
We have an experiment right here.
Yeah.
This is like Fonzie jumping. Tune in next week to
It's like
see if
Fonzie jumping
Fonzie jumping on his
Sure,
motorcycle.
I'm actually good at staring contests. So when you get good at it, we'll have a staring contest.
Did you
Nice.
ever
Well, wait, hold on.
Whoops.
There's no bad way to do it. The only way to get bad at it is to not do it.
Yes,
Right.
that was-
So no matter what happens, it's good. So I think if he continues on, you everybody's going to see a change.
Here we go.
What
Brian, have you
what
noticed
is the
any change?
hopeful outcome? Like, what's this?
Balance.
doing for balance.
Right?
Is it
Yeah,
just
just-
Balance and
your
peaceful, right?
appreciation for life?
Mark, you said that people recognized in you when you first started meditating, you saw other people saw change in you before you noticed that.
Yeah,
change.
I still thought I was a mess, but then people were like, "Man, you seem calmer. Your vibe has really changed." And
Chill.
you have a new girlfriend. What's going on with you? And You know, I didn't tell him what I was doing because my mother would have been like, "Oh my God, my son joined a cult. He's staring at the wall." So I didn't tell anybody. You know?
Yeah. How long do you do it every day? And how long is your
I go 30 minutes. And the people started seeing a change after I did 6 months straight every day for 30 minutes. So that's why I'm saying, you know, you just got in the game there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You're on the layup line
He's
before
in
the game.
PBC 5th grade basketball.
But he is a humble man for as handsome as a man as he is.
I mean, I can't believe he had the discipline to do it and not have those self-defeating voices, you know?
Now, when you're doing it for 30 minutes, are you seeing stuff on the wall, or is it designed to clear everything?
Well, yeah, you just stare at the wall and then it kind of gives you no sensory stimulation. So it's the opposite of, you know, people on their phones watching TV, always needing. So you just stop everything and then you actually begin to like observe what's going on in you. And every day it's totally different.
Did you get that?
Sure.
Did you start thinking about stuff like?
Oh yeah, you think about things that are going on, but you're just more aware of these thoughts, and well, you know, I don't have to think about this now, or let's, you know.
Well, and that's it.
It's just at hand.
It's just watching your feelings, your thoughts, what's running through your mind and body, like you're watching Netflix or a comedy special, you know? She said, comedy's the only time you can sit back and do nothing. I was like, hey, man, staring at a wall is really doing nothing.
Yeah, baby, we'll show you doing nothing.
Mark, goodness gracious. We're way over. Oh my goodness. Mark, I want to thank you so much.
He's got to come back
coming back.
after you do this.
Yeah.
I knew Audie would love him.
You're going to give us updates, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Back in the arena with Mark Blacknell. Thank you so much.
Thanks, pal.
And
see you soon.
And we'll be back with more in the arena with a very balanced Rick Fatscher after this break.
Hi, I'm Arthur Lee.
Ben Carson here with a potentially life-saving message. I may be a retired neurosurgeon, but trying to help save lives is something I'll never stop doing. Every year, this world loses around 5,000 lives that could have been saved from choking accidents. That's why I've partnered with LifeVac, a company based right here in the USA. It's simple to use, can be used on adults and children, plus it's guaranteed for life. Most importantly, if you ever have to use it in an emergency, they replace it for free. Join me on my mission to ensure every home, business, restaurant, and school in this country has a LifeVac. Go to the LifeVac.net and order your very own life-saving device today. Thank you.
Welcome back in the arena. We're having a
excited
great
about
time
Philadelphia
just
for 5 minutes.
talking about the fact that I stared at a wall for 2 weeks straight for 5 minutes a day
And did
in
nothing.
a posture. We thank Mark
Fantastic
Blacknell for
job.
checking in, and I don't want to waste any time because
Yes.
we don't have a tremendous amount of time with Mr. 3000.
Hey there, all you life backers out there. How you guys doing up there in the cold?
Don't rub it in, Ray.
Mr.
Nobody likes a
Feels
member
like
of the
2
Florida
right
community
now. Tonight is
rubbing
supposed
it
to
in.
feel like -5.
Well, listen, I just want to let you know that Florida, down here in Florida,
Shush.
we're getting snow. Hey, you want to come say hi? Come here. Everyone, say hi.
Everybody, Princess Maya.
Hi, Maya.
I saw you dancing last week.
You were
Say hi.
dancing.
Oh, precious. Precious.
So, yes, like I was saying, Florida is calling for a little bit of snow on Sunday evening. So that's going to be pretty interesting.
You guys can handle it.
I think we can. It's not going to be like New York snow. It's going to be some flurries.
Oh, you're going to get a flake. Everything will be closed. There'll be fire departments.
Cars skidding to and fro.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. All right. What do you got, Ray?
So we got some good. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. We got some good numbers for you tonight. So why am I Mr. 3000? For those who don't know, I saved my daughter. She was number 3000 back in October 20th, 2024. That was 464 days ago, for those who count. And since then, we've saved 2,350 saves. We are at a current state. Bobby, do we have a screen, Bobby?
Here we go.
Wow, it's impressive.
5,350.
Yes, we do. 5,350 saves, 3,236 children to date. Absolutely amazing.
Listen, Ray, 1 second. I will turn this show around. You guys can't be quiet. All right,
We're staring
Ray.
at the wall doing
Get
nothing.
reprimanded.
It's
Sorry.
hard controlling children. I get it.
You know what it's like.
Especially Arthur. He's the biggest one there.
Yes.
He is. So I'm going to throw a date out. This
Here we
was
go.
not discussed beforehand.
The 10K?
I started doing some math tonight, and I'm like, when are we going to hit 10,000? That's the next big number, right?
Yeah.
We hit 5,000. When are we going to hit 10,000? We're going to hit 10,000 between September 15th and October 20th, 2028. That is my prediction.
2028, September
He's out of
15th.
his mind. We're gonna hit this year.
That's not, yeah. That's 2 years away.
I don't think we're going to hit it this year.
Math we
Have you been
doing.
staring at a wall doing nothing?
I'm telling you, watch. We're going to do it.
All right, we'll
Oh,
see.
we're gonna pass
We'll see if
before
it comes.
that.
I think it's going to come early.
We're in the left lane,
And if
passing
Roadshow
people.
has anything to say about it, if he gets back out to Costco's and gets people reporting their saves a little bit more often,
See,
gonna
that's
happen.
where it's at right there. Reported saves. Now, if you think about it, we've already hit 10,000 people. We only have 5,350 reported.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
Right. All right.
So,
Well, we got.
but let's move into the amazing highlight of the week.
Save of the week.
The highlight of the week. January 20th, a 7-year-old boy from Canada choked on a hard candy, and boy, does that bring back some memories because that's what Maya choked on, piece of hard candy. Resulting in total obstruction. LifeVac was used one time. Here's the mom's story. 100% this device saved my son's life. He has a chest condition. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. I need a doctorate degree for that. That doesn't allow him to clear his lungs properly. When he is sick, when the first line of defense measures didn't work, I grabbed the LifeVac, and my husband used it on our son. I strongly believe my son would be dead right now if we didn't have this device at home. The ER doctors and nurses all agreed that the device saved his life, and even said they should have them in the ER and EMS ambulances. That'll be our next goal.
Well, it's
So again, here it is. 7-year-old child would not be here with us today because of a piece of candy. But LifeVac, the device Arthur created, saved another life.
Yay!
Wow.
Bo, 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 bo.
Great timing.
Way to go, Artie.
Well, Ray, what's your parting statement?
My parting statement, LifeVac, better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. The life you save could be your own, could be a stranger, could be a kid, could be an adult. Who knows? Get a LifeVac. Love you guys and God bless.
Love you too, Ray.
Go
Thank
get
you.
him, Ray.
Wow. Oh my God. Those stories where he tells them, he's reading what they wrote.
Yeah, and either the obstruction stands out, the fact that it was a 7-year-old, just like the original child. Your daughter
But when
Jackie
they
was 7.
read those words, you tell he gets emotional because it brings him to that moment. And when you read the parents' own words, you get that, whoa, oh my God, thank God.
I think it hits you more too when you see the actual kids,
Yeah, that was
in the
ridiculous.
room
That's
with you.
ridiculous.
That's like crazy. But my prediction is my son's getting married June 5th, 2027.
Now we're talking.
And I think it'll be before that.
Yeah.
It's like Moore's Law now. It's just rolling faster
plus-
and faster. You can't go by how much we've done in the past.
No, because we're seeing so much more global.
Exactly.
Right? So we'll
today,
keep
5
going.
international saves.
Yes.
What were the it was Uruguay, China,
I
Malaysia,
think we're in Uruguay.
2 in Turkey,
Please.
Chile.
1 choked on
Don't
a
write
turkey
these
in
down.
Turkey. How ironic, right?
What were the countries?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, we don't know.
Well, UK,
we
Australia,
just go.
Canada, us,
Bucharest, what?
Portugal, UK, Germany.
Germany's
Australia.
still a country?
And where? US.
5
But
in
right,
one day.
that's why you're gonna be it
Oh, we're gonna speed past that.
Yeah.
I think it's before June 5th,
Yeah.
2027.
tomorrow.
That's a year and a half away.
Yeah,
It might be
that
tomorrow.
Was
Rick's staring at a wall. He
Yeah.
doesn't know what's
Yeah.
going on.
Kids still eat candy.
I'm not even here.
And peanut butter and grapes.
Oh,
We're 7 minutes over. We haven't been on the air for
Oh,
10 minutes.
Yeah, it's time. It's time. And that's a wrap on this episode of In the Arena. Big thanks to our sponsor, LifeVac. God bless you, Arlie. To our special guest, Tammy Pescatelli, and to Mark Blackwell from stareatthewall.org for the important update. For Arthur Patrick, I'm Rick. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time in the arena. And thanks, and no, I'm not going to say it. Take us away, Mike Rowe.
Seen that.
We also want to predict when Rick.
It's no joke when you choke, so get LifeVac and live. Without breath, there'll be death. So get LifeVac and live. Get LifeVac and live. Get LifeVac and live.
LifeVac and live.